If you guys hear my neighbor's TV, it's not my fault, okay? They like to listen to it very loud. My fiance of 12 years is waiting for a package from the girl he cheated with. He'd be waiting for that package alone, if I have anything to say about it. So this story was first posted November 12th, 2015. Damn, this is a long time ago. Well, the title says it all. My fiance, Oliver, and I have been together for 12 years. Stuck together through thick and thin. LDR, the usual problems of a couple starting off very young, etc. In the last few years, he has been struggling a lot with depression and anxiety, but he is slowly getting better. At some point in our LDR, we are living in 2 separate countries, and during his stay, he became good friends with 2 other people, Ben and Sarah. The 3 of them bonded through shared experiences, same mental health issues, etc. At some point, he came back. We started living together, eventually became engaged. We decided on a long engagement, 2+ years, since we were both settled on long academic paths. Our relationship, that had at some points been turbulent, settled very well as we both acquired maturity and got to really know each other during our daily lives. Things were peachy. 3 years ago, Sarah moved closer to where we lived for a 2-year stay. We were all good friends, everything good, etc. Long story short, my fiance cheated on me with her, the friend. Short before she left the country, an emotional affair included. So it wasn't just a physical affair, there was also an emotional attachment as well, which some could say is worse. I would like to know your guys' opinion on that. I've been cheated on in both. It started as emotional and then something happened physical. And I personally found the emotional affair way more difficult than the physical aspect of it. But I want to know your opinion on that. I found it by snooping bad on me. I was devastated. I cut contact with her immediately, demanded him to do the same, and almost broke up with him. We were separated for 2 months. It was rough because at the time I had no access to therapy or counseling, and I was really far away from home, but my friends were kick-ass and supported me emotionally all the time. After these 2 months and a lot of soul searching, we took the first tentative steps to be together again. It took me a long time to forgive him and to recover my trust in him, but little by little we healed and we made it work again. This was 2 years ago. Things are really good. You don't hear it often enough when people go through an affair and then stay together and become stronger after that. Ben did not take the news of their separation too kindly. Oh yeah, Ben! Ben and Sarah! I forgot about Ben. Oh, poor Ben. And he's been passive aggressive to Oliver about him not talking to Sarah. Oliver has reacted well and has been adamant about not contacting him again. 2 weeks ago, Ben told fiancé that he had given our new address to Sarah because she wanted to send us, quote, a package with stuff belonging to Oliver. He says that she is nothing of him, and I believe it. They have never lived together. Most of their friendship had been living in different places. He has been really anxious about all of this matter, and he does not want any contact with her. I, personally, do not care about her, but he's dreading the day the package arrives. If it comes when I am in the house, I will just throw it away, but I do not want him to receive it and get an anxiety attack. So Reddit, what is your advice? I know I do not have to protect my fiance from this stuff, but he is hurting and I do want to support him. I do not think it is compromising material because I already found the compromising material. Welp. I think it is a passive-aggressive way of reminding us of her existence. And what shall we do with his friend, Ben? Yeah, I need to know what stuff she's sending back. Like, what of my stuff do you have? And honestly, I don't need it back. You can keep it or toss it in the trash. That was kind of bold of Ben to just give out his address like that. All right, there's an edit on the original post. I left out some details that might be relevant. Here they are. I do not think the package contains proof or details I still do not know. When she was living in the same country as us, she was still 600 kilometers away. so there was not really any chances to meet without me knowing. I know when it happened. Later, she moved to another continent. Again, what stuff of his does she possibly have? 2, at the time I demanded 1, access to all of his accounts. He complied. And 2, that he blocked her everywhere. He did it too, and I believe him, because when she actually tried to contact us later about Ben, I will elaborate later, she had to do it through common friends. His anxious reaction does not surprise me. He used to have very serious issues with social anxiety to a point of being paralyzed about any kind of unpleasant interaction. He has been working on his mental issues, gotten therapy and meds, etc., and is much better. He reacted maturely to the latest developments. He told me immediately, and he understands that it is his mess to clean, but he suffered. Today, I picked up a huge package, taller than a person, from a neighbor, and when he went through the door and when he saw it, he really tensed up. Okay, that was kind of funny in a effed up way. This might be pretty relevant too, but I kind of understand Ben's reaction. He did not take well at all his 2 best friends not talking anymore. Oh, I thought Ben and Sarah were a couple. So maybe not poor Ben. I thought Ben was Sarah's partner. Okay, Ben is just upset because the friend group is no longer friend group. Got it. As I said, the 3 of them were a very close group, but he in particular had a magical vision of the trio being best friends forever. He was into Sarah a lot and spent hours talking to my fiance about how much he loved her. I have the feeling that Ben is into my fiance as well. Oh my, what a triangle we have here. When my fiance told him that he and Sarah do not talk anymore and why, Ben seemed to take it okay. But 2 weeks later, he contacted her to say he was about to self-harm. That's why she contacted us. We contacted Ben's family. He was okay. Fiance set boundaries with him, but did not cut him off completely. I am starting to think that Ben's reason to give her our address is his particular way of punishing my fiance for leaving the magical trio. Oh my God, this is way more entangled and confusing than I anticipated it to be. My personal feelings. All this drama has been annoying AF, understandably so. The general advice of Reddit/relationships seems to be cut off Ben, and I think it is spot on. I will tell Oliver that I think it is the best idea. He is on the fence about it. About the cursed package. Personally, I lean towards throwing it away without opening. I do not want to have anything to do with that dweeb. However, you are right, it is not my decision to make. If/when it comes, I will offer him the choice to either throw it away or to go through the contents together and probably toss them away afterwards. Thank you. Guys, before we find out the update, what are you doing in that situation? Are you staying with this person? Are you even allowing the package to be opened or saying, let's burn it? Like, I don't even know what I would do. I really don't. I feel like I'm so nosy that I would want to know what's in the package. Like, what is it? What is it? What if she has all this stuff of theirs and the affair was a lot more entangled than I thought, but you already forgave him? Oh, there's just so much that could go on here. Oh, I'm putting lip oil on, but I'm about to take a sip of water. And you should too. We're hopping on hydration station. I hope you're having a good day. Cheers. My stupid lip oil that I just put on, that was dumb. All right, so this update came 1 year later on November 15th, 2016. Oh wow. So I know this is ancient history, but we got an update and I have several private messages asking me for an update if something happened. So yes, we got the package last week. A year later, what took so long? And it did not disappoint. After reading the advice here, we decided we did not want the effing thing, so he wrote a message to Ben saying, tell Sarah we do not want anything from her, and then he blocked him. This all happened last year. Meanwhile, life went on. He changed jobs, he is still in academy, and now he is way more happy and relaxed. My job is well paid and interesting, and I can keep some other projects on the side. We got married this summer, and our wedding was perfect for us. Lively, bombastic. That's what I think of when I hear. Oh God, get me off TikTok. Lots of food and alcohol and our friends and family together. It was expensive, but we did not give a damn. This month, my husband is on a conference trip in another continent, so I am home alone. When I arrived home in the evening, there was a package addressed to him in the mailbox with a stamp from a place where I know she lived and a sender we don't know. I thought for a moment, oh my, this may be her. But then I thought it would be pretty crazy of her to send it now. Yeah, a year later after we're already married. Sarah has to give it up, I think, to be honest. That night I was Skyping with my husband and I made a comment about the parcel. Joss. I'm on 4 hours of sleep, all right? I mentioned the name of the sender and he did not know the name. So I proposed that I open it with him on camera. And well, turns out I was right on the money. It contained several postcards wishing him happy birthdays and Merry Christmases, all unsigned. Also little notes such as dance in the rain, look at the clouds, walk barefoot, that kind of platitudes. And it had a book, a young adult romance book. I remember saying aloud, oh, for fuck's sakes, when I saw it. Meanwhile, my husband had a face like he had seen a cockroach in his sandwich. The title of the novel is Stargirl. I know that book. They made it into a movie. It is about a girl who arrives at a high school and she is very quirky and magical and she dances in the rain and plays the ukulele and she is very misunderstood by the normies. The narrator dates her but realizes that he cannot be with her deep down and is afraid of not fitting in. So he dumps her and then regrets it forever. It is not a super bad book. I liked the prose, but despite the intentions of the author, the heroine is too much of a special snowflake and her behavior often delves into creepy territory. Why did she send this book? The book itself had a sad face in the dedication page and a small note saying, "Read the sequel. You will understand." It was crammed with notes in small script and sometimes the letters had been traced several times over. All of the notes were very idealized descriptions of the hero girl, about how magical and beautiful she was, about the things she did, etc. Some of the notes were also about the main character, agonizing about staying with her or leaving her to fit in, or descriptions about how they made out. Yuck. There were also drawings of the heroine who looked like an idealized version of Sarah. So is Sarah comparing their situation to this novel? Is that the connection? I am not gonna lie. I laughed my ass off at this effing manic pixie dream wannabe. My husband was less amused and more creeped out. He said that she was psycho and that he did not want that stuff at home. I kind of forgot about the book for the following days because last week was my week from hell and I had to work 70 hours. I normally work 30 because apart from my job, I took a 2-week project working in-house for a company and I organized an art exhibition on the weekend. Also, I got pretty bad health news from a close friend. Think incurable and degenerative. So the topic of Sarah was out of my mind. Yesterday, I finally had time to think about it and I got angry at that a-hole. They have not met in 3 years. Who the F does this dweeb think she is? Etc, etc. I consider unblocking her briefly to tell her to stay the F away from us, but I discarded the idea. Then I considered finding out her address and sending her a copy of Holes. We're just gonna keep sending books with secret messages back and forth to each other. By Louis Sachar and 20 minimalist peeps printed between the pages with a note, "This is a riddle. If you solve it, I will leave my wife for you. Love, fiancé." Then I realized I would rather ignore her, so I threw the notes in the recycling bin and I put the book in the free box so somebody could take it home. That is all. No threats, no pictures, no positive pregnancy test. It was all anticlimactic, but honestly, it was a welcome distraction in a very heavy week. I don't like that she has our current address, but I do think she will be sending more stuff. If she does, we will tell her to piss up a rope. The funny thing is that I don't hate her. She is an a-hole, but this is just too sad to hate. To mock, okay, but not to hate. I need your opinions on this. How are we feeling about the said package and the things inside of it and the fact that it came 3 years after the original affair? Sarah needs to get over it. Like, how is that still weighing on you. There's got to be more to the story. Let me know your thoughts. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy.